Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rupa from Black Swan Business Head of Services. And today I'm hosting this amazing session with two dynamic leaders and professionals. And we are going to talk about the most wanted topic, which is real estate. Everybody is planning to invest in Dubai. Everybody is talking about invest in Dubai, and everybody wants to know more about investing in Dubai. So today I just thought that it will be a great value addition if we bring this topic on the table, and if our audience can, get answer to the questions that you have. So today the two personalities that I have with me is there's one very famous real estate broker with us, Jay. He's an amazing real estate agent, and he's very famous on social media as well. His
Hi.
reels also go viral. Hi, Jay. How are you?
Hi. Very good.
So
Happy
it,
to
it
be
has
here.
yeah, it has been great the way you are catering to your clients and bringing new properties on social media. Like every day I see what you are bringing on the table, and every day I'm thinking, okay, now I'm going to buy this, and the next day again you bring something else, so you are
Try my best.
exploring people for choice.
Yeah.
And we have another great entrepreneur and an very, very mindful person, very inspiring person, Manoj Dhiman. Hi, Manoj. How are you?
I'm doing good, Rupa. How about you? Thank you
I'm
for
doing
inviting
very
me
good.
for the live session.
Thank you for taking out time and being over here. And I'm so inspired always by you. I know how much you love reading books and how you implement that in your life. So that shows amazing quality that you have. So, guys, today we're gonna have we have a lot of topics that we're going to talk about with these two gentlemen, and we will try to get as much information as possible so that you can immediately start planning your Dubai investment plan tomorrow or maybe now. So please get hold on your diaries and pens. So any important topic you don't miss out, and you must write it down. So guys, let's start with the most important question. So Jay, my first question to you is, and I would like to first introduce yourself and your company, and then let us know how much are you enjoying selling properties in Dubai, and why, and do you see a big growth in properties being sold in Dubai at the moment? So Jay, over to you.
I had an interesting time with real estate. I was in real estate back in those 2007, 8, 9. And then I had a small gap. And then I came back. When I came back, I knew that this is where I wanted to be. And a city like Dubai, my God, I'm here from 2001. And then the way the city has picked up since then is remarkable, because 2002 is the year they brought the freehold idea. So I always say that there is a circle. The circle has got four arms. The first arm was trading. People started coming here to trade, from early 60s maybe. And then they saw this beautiful sunshine and the seashore. So the tourism started picking up. So they catered to the tourists. Burj Al Arab came, and many other attractions, many other hotels came. So that is the second arm. And the third arm was real estate, how to keep the people here, keep them invested here. That is when in 2002 the freehold started taking shape, and it exploded from there. And then the last arm of the cycle was golden visa.
Oh,
So last
yeah.
a couple of years ago, this came into existence, and now it's like, wow, people not only bring money here, they even retire here. So it's a big change that has happened. And
Yes.
the question is whether I enjoy it or not. Absolutely. This is, I wouldn't be anywhere else other than in this business. I really enjoy it. I enjoy meeting people, especially people coming from outside. They want to know more about Dubai. And it's always in awe for them, like, wow, this city, I didn't imagine it is like this. They come with a lot of prejudices, but when they come here, they shed all those things and they enjoy being here. So yeah, it's always good to be here, definitely.
That's lovely, Jay. So, Manoj, on the same note, I would like to know more about you and your company, Compare for Benefit. And I would like to know that, okay, for real estate agents, every day they're exploring new properties, taking their clients. But when it comes to mortgages, by the time the process comes to your hand, it's more of calculations, it's more of numbers. So, do you still enjoy your job, or do you find it quite boring, and sometimes you think that maybe you should have been a real estate agent?
Uh, uh, Actually, Rupa, I'll start from the beginning. When I came to Dubai, I came in 2012. I came here and joined the company as a real estate agent. So I worked in real estate agency for some time. But I like after some time, I just come to know that it's not my cup of tea. So I shift to the finance side. I joined a Indian housing finance company. So I worked there for almost 1 2 years. But then I seen that how the local market is growing at a very high pace in the term of mortgage, and there was so much to learn at that time. So that's when I shifted. That's when I taken the decision to shift from Indian home finance to local home finance or mortgage. So then my journey started. I worked in few banks, and 2017 I started to open this company, Compare for Benefit. So the major purpose to open this company was to give our clients the option so that they can compare different products online. And for me, the journey is quite good, and I'm enjoying it. Like mortgage, I know there are a lot of numbers involved, but it's not a push product; it's a pull product. So because most of the work has already been done by like the real estate agents as like Jay, so they sometimes they have to push the client as well to buy a property because client sometimes client is in confusion that which property is good for him and which property he will take. So they make my job easier. So whenever client comes to me, he's almost he has finalized or he has a picture in mind what he wants to take.
Yeah.
So yes, I enjoy my job. Yeah, it's good.
Wow, that's a good idea. Now maybe you're giving FOMO to Jay. Jay is thinking of going to that table. So Manoj, I would also like to know that because you said you shifted from Indian market finance, and to local market finance. So do you observe any difference in the terms of, let's say, volume or in the terms of value? Like, do you get big tickets over here or used to get big tickets over there? Or maybe over there the volume was more or less. So what is the difference you feel?
Okay, when I was handling the Indian loans, in that case, the ticket size was not that big, but the volumes were quite huge. Like the number of cases were huge. So, but here in UAE market, the volume of the number of cases are less, but the ticket size is definitely big. Yes, the average ticket size here is around 1 to 1.5 million dirhams, which is approximately 2.5 crore in Indian rupees. Whereas in India, housing finance, the ticket size was around 40 lakhs, 50 lakhs. That was the average range which was getting sold in UAE because I was handling only UAE
NRI.
based client,
Okay.
NRIs. Yeah.
Okay, okay, that's very nice. So now, Jay, as you see that Manoj is telling you the difference, what he observed between both the markets. So when you are selling properties over here, do you ever feel like you or get inquiries of buying properties in other countries or something like that?
Now, before going ahead, let me tell you, I'm working with one of the biggest real estate agencies called as Dree Homes.
Yeah.
Actually, we are in the same building, Rupa. You must be knowing
Yes.
in Business Bay. Customers, no, I don't get any inquiry for other countries. All the inquiries,
Because
100% of the
when people come
inquiries.
to Dubai, they're like full with Dubai. Like, I don't want to
Yes,
go anywhere. It's
always
only
they want to
Dubai.
buy something in Dubai. So
Yeah.
they ask questions like, "How is the market? How is it going? Where is it going? What is the kind of
Yes.
growth prospects? Whether will I get my money back or will I get profit? Will I get good rental income?" So many questions they come up with. So I tell them, I'm here for 22 years. I know how Dubai works. And when they announce something, they do it. The announcement of metro came in 2002 saying that 999, the first metro will run. In
Yeah.
between, the whole meltdown happened in 2008. Dubai was a ghost city. Still, 999, the first train ran. So
Yeah.
that is the kind of commitment. In 2006, Al Khail Road was under development, and there was a bridge being built. And the people asked, "Why are we building a bridge?
Yeah.
There's nothing under it." They said, "One day water will flow under it." Today, the canal is extended, and there is water under that bridge. That is the kind of planning you see in Dubai. You don't see these kind of things in other countries. Similarly, if you see the last 20 years, the development that has happened in this country, most of the cities in international, wherever you look at it, bigger cities would have taken 50 to 100 years. So that
Yes,
is the kind
absolutely.
of speed. Yeah, that's the kind of speed. So to answer your question, or to answer what I said about the growth prospect when they ask, there is a vision which is for 2040, Urban Plan 2040. Okay,
Okay.
according to that, they have a vision to first of all double the economy, and they
Yeah.
have some 5 different urban areas. They want to develop that, and the whole country or the whole city is going in that direction now. So when you want to double the population, you can imagine how much housing units you need fresh. And
Yeah.
according to them, they need around 27,000 housing units per year till 2040. New housing units, not the existing, new. That is a huge number. The
Yeah.
biggest project, yeah, the biggest
That's
off-plan project today delivers around 10,000 villas, and that is
yeah.
in phases. 2005, 2006, even 2004, 5, 6, 3 years they're going to deliver 10,000 villas. So that is a kind of number that they require for the next 13, 14 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Jay, on the same note, like you said, because there's so much property is being built up, and we get both kind of customers. This is some question which comes in everybody's mind, every investor's mind, off plan or on, like or ready
Yeah.
properties. This question is always there in everybody's mind, and anybody who's planning to invest, they always think about like which one should I go for, whether I should go for, see whether I'm planning for returns, whether I'm planning to stay, but still I think whether I should wait for a few years and go for off plan project, or should I just buy something which is absolutely ready and ready to move. So as a real estate agent, what do you suggest? What's your suggestion to the
It's
investors?
a big generic question because it depends. If somebody says that whether I should go for off plan or ready, that means they have the capacity to do both.
Yeah.
In that case, it is easy. I can say that okay, what's your because it all depends on what the customer is looking at. Is he or she looking at staying there, or they want to make some capital appreciation or rental ROI? So there are a lot of things that we need to probably unearth from the client. So let's say if there is a property which gives high rental income, probably it will not give you a high capital appreciation, because if you want to get a rental income immediate, you have to buy a ready property. Ready
Yeah.
property prices are now, because of the interest of people, especially the end users, ready properties are a little high. So if you're looking at capital appreciation, you may not get that capital appreciation that you're dreaming. If you
So
want to get,
in general,
yeah,
what is the difference of price for ready properties and off plan projects?
depends on area to area, but I would say around 20% to 30%. That is the kind of difference you can see. In area to area, it depends. Because if there's an area which is already hot, there the off-plan prices are also slightly higher. Like for example, District 1 area, that's the prices are already higher. But still you make a capital appreciation on that because that area is developing. It is next to the town, the city, the downtown. And what happens is when there are no more plots available, that is when you really see the appreciation. So
Yeah.
we are going to that stage now, slowly.
Okay, okay, that's great. So, Manoj, on the same, what's your view on it from the mortgage point of view when it comes to off plan and when it comes to ready property? What is more easy for clients to get a mortgage for?
Most of the banks, they are avoiding off-plan for now. Earlier, they used to give for MR properties, but still now they are avoiding. They are mostly focused on the ready properties because they don't have to wait for the title deed to get in their name, so or the mortgage to get registered. In ready properties, it's easier for the bank to disburse the full amount in one shot, whereas in off-plan they were disbursing the amount in parts, so it was not profitable for them. And sometimes they have seen in the past that some off-plan project, like one or two off-plan projects, has not completed. So so that's why banks started avoiding off-plan mortgage. So now
Okay,
they're 100% focused on the ready properties. So if
okay.
someone is
When
looking to,
people are going for mortgage, like they have to be, it has to be absolutely risk free, so it has to be a ready
But
property.
I'll add something here. People
Yes,
are slightly skeptical when it comes to off-plan, but now with all the rules and regulations in place from DLD and RERA,
yes, I was coming to that.
off-plan,
Like,
correct,
yeah, off-plan is not at all. If you compare cities like many other cities, for example, if you compare in the nearest biggest, one of the biggest investors are from India. If you compare
correct.
that, here it is much safer because all the rules and regulations are in place. You will not get the money until
Correct.
you build. So that is the escrow account, you know
I
and then you
just
have,
I just want to.
Yeah.
I just want to add one point. In the case of offline, so most of the like mortgage happens at the time of handover, not in the not in the middle.
Yes.
So we get lot of offline inquiries as well, but when they're getting the handover, because at that time they have to pay a maximum chunk of amount to the developer.
Okay,
So
so
at that
now that
time,
means if I'm going to buy off plan, so maybe initial investment I have to do from my side, let's say 20,
yes.
25%, right? Anything between 20 to 50%, right? And then I can apply for mortgage once the project is complete or is absolutely about on completion, right? This is
Yes.
how it works.
Nowadays, the payment plans are not that easy because nowadays it's 60/40, 80/20. So at times, you have to pay 80%. But there
Huh,
are some
depends on
projects.
the project to project. So
Yeah,
better the project, more strict are the payment terms.
exactly.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
amazing. So
yeah.
Jay, at the moment, among all the places in Dubai, so what are your five most favorite projects? Like if you would have had unlimited cash at the moment, the five properties that you will immediately go and buy.
It's like a thumb rule, everybody wants to be in downtown because that is the best area for everybody. Second probably could be, as I said, the MBR city, because that is coming up in a big way. Third
Uh-huh.
could be an underrated project, which is Dubai Harbor, Creek Harbor,
Okay.
DCH by MR. That is a combination of downtown and marina, because there is marina there. So that's something which which could be a hot area that you can consider. Then Dubai Hills, which is already up and completely completed. So that's a beautiful area to invest. And then if you're looking at something which with a lot of amenities, probably Damak Hills, because it has got a lot of beautiful amenities. Yeah, those are the
Okay.
five.
Very nice. And Manoj, from your perspective, because the Jay's vision is like there are clients who are paying on full cash, maybe mortgage, may not be mortgage. So according to him, these are the five top best properties that he has. However,
Hmm.
because you are handling mostly done projects, so what are your top five as per the data who are coming to you?
I cannot tell you about project wise. I can tell you area wise because
Yeah, please.
so downtown, yes, that's the number one area where mostly we're getting inquiries about. And the next is the marina side, and a lot of people are buying in Dubai Marina area because or you can say many visitors or investors are mostly coming in that area. And the other hot area is Dubai Hills. And some of the inquiry we're getting for JVT and JVC as well, and some from JLT. So it's a mixed requirement. So no, it's not a fixed requirement because a client can come to us with like a picture in mind that what he wants and which area he's looking for. He's already been convinced by the real estate agent. Okay, we get inquiries for Arabian ranches, we get inquiries for meadows, all these areas. So it's a mix inquiries which we get.
So Manoj, at the moment, like the way Jai has a lot of options for people to sell, like in real
Hmm.
estate properties. Yeah, even for you in mortgage, you must be having a lot of options because many banks are providing mortgage. So
Correct.
how do you present that to your customers? In fact, if there is a question that what is the difference between there are mortgage brokers and there are mortgage aggregators.
Okay.
So
So I
how do you differentiate between them?
So I will take one by one. So let's say the first point which you ask, how we are differentiating between the banks. So at one point of time, there are at least two three banks who are giving the best rates in the market. So
Right.
let's say currently there are two three banks who are giving the rate less than 5%, whereas other banks are giving just above 5%. So at this point of time, if someone coming to us or someone is comparing on our website, they will be able to see, okay, these are the top 3 or 4 banks who are giving the best rate. So we also suggest the banks from these top three. But sometime, let's say some client profile is not uh, be applicable, or he will not get mortgage from from that particular bank, or from the top three. Maybe if a self-employed client where his turnover is very less, or he's not managing the audit reports, maybe he will not get mortgage from these banks. So we have to suggest him some other options where he can easily get the mortgage. So that is one thing. And second question you asked, what is the difference between a mortgage broker and aggregator? Like we work in the same way. The only difference is like we showcase different mortgage options in advance on our website. So client can come, he can compare different different mortgage options, and as per his requirement, let's say if he puts his salary, or if he puts his monthly income, and what type of mortgage he requires. Let's say if he needs Islamic financing or non-Islamic financing, he can select and filter out, and accordingly he will be able to see the list of the banks or with the exact rates what they are charging, and he can apply for that particular bank from our website. And then we can also suggest the client, okay, which bank he should go for at this point of time as per his profile. So that's the major difference between a mortgage aggregator and a mortgage broker. Mortgage
Oh,
broker will only give you two or three options which he wants to give you. So he
right.
don't give the option to the client to
So
choose from the
aggregators are
list.
like a full buffet, a buffet
Full
of.
buffet, yes.
Very nice. So Jay, on this, I would just like to ask that because there are two types of buyers who are coming: one who are already residents, one who are non-residents.
Yes.
So, first of all, like the options that you gave for that, these are my top five options or whatever. So, do you think that for residents and for non-residents, the options are always same, or does
No.
it differ?
Differ. See, the options I said is just I just came top of my head. What I thought is that's my options. But people from outside, they would love to stay near the seashore. So as he said, Marina, then Dubai Creek, MR Beachfront, and all those
Yeah.
places are really hot. Even Blue Waters, the Palm. These are all attractions for
Okay,
people
so
coming
you're
from
saying
outside.
that there is a difference between the requirement of people who are coming out from outside and buying and people who are existing, staying over here and they buy. So people who are coming from outside, they want to see more of Dubai in where they are staying, like more of beach,
Yeah,
sunlight,
yeah. There
and
is a big demand for beachfront properties for sure. And one more thing is that if you look at, so just for example, last month, April, the maximum number of buyers were from UK.
okay,
Second was Indian, and third was Russian. This is last month's data.
okay,
So we have people coming from all over the world, and most of the time they say, oh, the market is high because people are coming from outside. People were always coming from outside. It's nothing new in Dubai. But the
yeah,
change, there are two changes. One change is people coming from outside now can stay here with a visa. That's a big
yes,
difference. Second
yes.
difference is that it's not just the people coming from outside. Here, people who are staying here, end users, they think, why should I pay rent? Why can't I own? So that is why there is another surge in demand because end users are buying for themselves.
Right, because now I think now properties are available in all prices. Like
Yes,
different areas are there, obviously.
yes,
Depending on the price, you will have to see what you get, what you don't. But however, I can see that in every price there is a property somewhere or the other. So
yes,
everybody
definitely.
can now think of planning. And with
So
mortgage,
as I said before, there are properties which are high rent but probably low capital appreciation. There are
yes,
low rent but possibilities of very high capital appreciation. So there are two
okay.
types of projects, and then in between.
So as an investor, when I'm planning to invest, where do I see more profit? A area where the rent is high or rent appreciation is more expected,
Definitely.
or something where capital.
Definitely. I'll tell you something. When I came here, I was again saying the first towers of Marina was being built. And
Yeah.
people were thinking, who's going to stay there? So far away from the city. But now you know where it is. So historically, any place which is new, which is, kind of far away, will
Yeah.
definitely have a better chance of appreciation in the future. That is guaranteed. That is for sure. Let it be the Dubai South area, which is near the Expo Center, Expo City area, or probably a standalone project like the Valley, which is on the Alain Road, or probably the Damak Hills 2, which is on the Al Qudra Road. So those kind of projects which are now a bit alien, people say that it's far away. That is where you will make money in the future, but you have to wait. Buy real estate and wait. Don't wait to buy real estate.
That's a nice thing. Yeah, buy real estate and wait, and don't wait to buy real estate. That's very nice.
It's an
So
old adage. People say it in the industry.
okay, that's a very, I think that's a very good takeaway.
Yeah.
And so Manoj, I would just like to ask that because residents and non-residents both are buying, so for
Hmm.
mortgage, is it only residents can avail mortgage, or is it like residents and non-residents both can avail
That's a good
mortgage?
question.
No, no, both can avail. Residents, however, they can get up to 80% financing of the property value, whereas non-residents can get. Some banks are giving 60% to them and some banks are giving 70% to them, but the banks who are giving higher percentage, their requirement, documentation requirement is very complex, and the time and the time what they take to get to give approval, it's very high. So I normally don't suggest those banks to non-residents. I suggest the banks who are giving 60%, where they can get financing in very low documentation, and the processing time is also very fast. Around 20-25 days they can get approval and they can finalize the property. So any non-resident who are not working or who don't have any working relation with UAE, like if they're working in UK, if they're working in Europe, any country, India, so they just have to keep good balance in their personal account, and then they can get approval for mortgage
So the
easily.
most important documents to get it is the property papers, their own source of funds documents, and maybe their residential proof and something. Is there anything else that they need to provide?
They just have to keep good balance in the account, which proves that
Okay.
they can pay EMIs on time. That's the
Yeah.
major requirement.
Okay. So they have to show that their financial health is the
Financial
bank's
health is strong, yes, yeah.
strong. Okay,
Because the
that's fine.
risk for the bank is low. The bank is giving only 60%.
Yeah.
The risk for the bank is low here as compared to 80% financing. Even if the property values goes down by any chance in future, the bank still be in profit. So that's
Okay.
why the documentation
But
policy
is there any
is
difference
simpler.
between the interest for residents and non-residents, or it's the
Yeah,
same?
little bit. The difference is around 1 to 1.5%. Non-resident interest rate is higher as compared to resident interest, but
Okay.
still it's manageable, and it will be lower in the coming future if the EBOR goes down. Yeah.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
got it. So, okay, so for the residents, what are the requirements to get avail mortgage? Because can anybody and everybody can avail, or is there certain criteria?
No, there's a criteria. Like I will tell you in parts. Let's say for salaried individual, the minimum
Yeah.
salary requirement is 10,000 dirhams. A fixed salary should come into their account. With 10,000 dirham, they will be having only one bank option. But if the salary is above 15,000, then all banks will be open for that individual too. He can take mortgage from any bank. So minimum 15,000, but still 10,000 salary guy can also apply for mortgage. Whereas for self-employed, the minimum income requirement is 15,000 dirhams, which bank calculates from his turnover or from the audit reports. As
Okay.
per his profit share, they see what is the company income, and accordingly, what's his profit share in the company, that determines that client income. And
Okay.
his monthly income should be at least 15,000 dirhams.
Average
So this is the
15.
minimum requirement. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So then they
That's
can
very
avail. And the other thing is the age criteria. The maximum age limit for salaried is 65 years, and maximum age limit for self-employed is 70 years.
okay. Okay. So
Yeah.
Jay, on the same, the kind of customers that you are going who are coming to you to buy properties, what is the average age? Is it like, are you only expecting people between 35 to 45, or are you getting a lot of youngsters and old people as well coming and investing?
Now, there are youngsters and old people as well. So there's no thumb rule for that per se. But if you look at the numbers, probably it'll be between 35 to 50, probably the maximum number, if you look at the numbers.
Okay.
But when it is international clients, there's no, it's very difficult to pinpoint. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
But you will be getting a lot of, there will be a lot of people coming from outside. So, yeah, so it depends on their age factors.
Okay, okay, that's very good. So now, Jay, what we see that in Dubai, once a person thinks of buying a real estate, there are many different opportunities. People buy for investment, like for appreciation of price in future. People buy for staying, living, or renting it out, or people also put in Airbnb and holiday homes. Uh, People are also buying properties in hotels or something, and they can get a rent
Yes.
out of it. So, can you just tell a few aspects of getting revenue by investing in Dubai? What are the ways that investors can benefit from?
You can buy for rental income. That should be, if you want to get a rental income straight away, then you can buy a ready property. You can buy
Yeah.
a ready property with mortgage, and then you can have an option of long term or short term rentals. As you said, short term rental is Airbnb, Booking.com, those kind of people. So you can give this to a third party and they will manage. So if you ask me, it is easier to give short term rental than long term rental. It's contrary
Uh-huh.
to the belief, because people say, long term, I just give it on rent and forget about it. But in the future, if you want to take it back, then you have to give a notice, and then you have to give a proper reason. In short-term
Yeah.
rental, nothing. Just give a 1 month notice, and that's it. Break the contract, and the apartment is yours. And then short-term rental, they have to clean it. They have to really, really maintain it really well. Otherwise, they won't get people. So that's another question. There's another thing that it will be every time spick and span your apartment. If
Yes.
you've given it to somebody
Correct.
who's managing well, of course, depends on that. But that's another thing. So short-term rental is the good way to make money. You will get at least 20 to 30% more than the long-term rental.
Yeah.
Then next option is invest in areas which are coming up. So off-plan projects, which do some research, speak to a good real estate agent, understand the market, and then invest in those kind of things. Third is if you are having a lot of money, then invest in a luxury property, because there is a huge dearth of luxury properties. There are
Yes.
67,000 millionaires in Dubai as of now, and there are
Oh.
around 200 plus centi-millionaires and
Mm.
double digit billionaires. So they don't have a property. They want to go around. They're not going to stay in even Emirates Hills. They're looking at something like Bulgari or those kind of branded villas or branded apartments, branded penthouses, which are really less at the moment. So there is a huge demand for that. So if you can invest in that, you'll make a lot of money. And then the last is, you can buy something off plan, wait for it, give it on rent, enjoy some rental income, and then sell it at probably a good capital appreciation, because you're buying an off plan property in a place where it will appreciate. Now,
Yeah.
for investors, actually, one more point is that for investors who are coming from outside,
Yeah.
there is a study done by UBS Group, which is the United Bank of Switzerland. They manage half of the billionaires in the world. So they are responsible people. They did a study on global bubble index, and Dubai
Okay.
came second from last, which means the least risk, fairly priced. They've commented as Dubai prices as fairly priced. I
Okay.
mean, it's very obvious. If you look at the prices, let's say in Moscow and Dubai, Moscow
Yeah.
probably is 3 or 4 times more than Dubai. Let's
Oh.
take our own
Mm.
simple Mumbai. If you go to Nariman Point, you buy an apartment, and you buy an apartment in downtown, you will get half price in downtown.
Yeah.
So prices are much lower still in Dubai. There is a long way to go. Only thing is, people are afraid of, oh, there is a recession. There will be corrections, obviously. Whatever goes up has to come down a little bit.
Yes.
There will be
Yes.
corrections, but then you wait and you make a right move. Don't panic when there is a correction, because corrections are not here to stay. Like pandemic, what can you
Uh-huh.
do when the whole world crashes? Obviously, Dubai prices will crash, but then see how it bounced back. So if you have the capacity to wait for 2 or 3 years, you're again making money. So it's a
Yes.
matter of holding on, because there is a long way. Dubai is just a young city. There's a long way to go. Yeah.
Yes, that's very true.
Correct.
So Manoj, on this, for investors' point of view, or let's say everybody's an investor who is investing even one dirham. So I'm saying, saving is also a way of earning. So a penny saved is a penny earned. So how is mortgage helping the investors earning money or saving money? Like, let's say if I already
So,
have enough money, I can pay
hmm.
off the whole property by cash. But still, is it a good idea to go for mortgage, or is mortgage is only if I don't have enough money at one time to pay, and is it only then I go for mortgage?
No, definitely mortgage is a good idea as compared to cash payments. The reason is the interest rate in mortgage is still in UAE is still lower as compared to anywhere in the world. So it ranges between 4 to 5% right now, but yes, there's a chance it will go down further in coming years. So let's say if an investor who has cash to pay, if he takes mortgage, let's say 60 to 80% mortgage he takes, he can use that cash to invest somewhere else he or she can get
More
some
money.
higher returns, so he can hedge those funds as compared to the interest rates what he's going to pay for the mortgage. So
Yeah.
maybe he can earn 7%, 8% investing somewhere else, or maybe he can buy another property, second property with those funds. So in the same money he can buy 2 or 3 properties. And let's say regarding the mortgage payments, he don't have to bother about the EMIs, because if he's buying this only for investment, the rental payments will easily cover the mortgage installments and the maintenance costs as well.
Okay.
So it's definitely recommendable to buy property on mortgage in UAE at least.
Okay. So Manoj, on the same thing, let's say, for example, what happens if somebody is taking, because the biggest fear why a lot of people don't go for mortgage, especially I know some of elder people, when I talk about mortgage to them, they're like, oh, mortgage, no, 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 only when we have money we buy property. So what are the risk factors of going for mortgage? Let's say imagine a worst scenario that I buy a property in mortgage, and after some time I somebody don't, for some situation, don't have money to pay. What are the maximum consequences that a person can face if they're going for mortgage?
Uh, let's say if that kind of situation arises, so the next step, the person can think about selling the property. So
Right.
they can sell the property and they can easily pay off the mortgage if they don't want to go into any kind of legal situation. So
Right.
because the mortgage amount is definitely less than the property value, they can easily sell the property and they can get some cash out of it and they can pay off the mortgage easily. So it's not dangerous at all. Only if they sometimes I can give you some examples during pandemic. Let's say if one of my friend, he was having a property and he was paying mortgage on that. So the in the pandemic, the property prices has gone down and the rental prices also gone down. So because of the low rental income, he was not able to pay mortgage EMIs, but he was holding the property. So if he holded the property for some time, so now he's in benefit because he was able to pay the EMIs from his own pocket. So someone who don't want to pay EMI from his own pocket and only dependent upon rental income is best for him to sell the property at that time.
Right.
So one point here
So
to clarify. Sorry, sorry, you
Yeah.
finish.
Yes, Jay.
Yeah, one thing here you have to clarify is that where you buy, where are you buying is very important in today's times. So
Right.
correct.
not that every cheap property is good to buy. You know,
Yes.
if you buy a cheap property, probably it will reduce in value. So people have options. So if you buy in a building which doesn't have amenities, for example, or the maintenance is not good, you may get it cheap. But then when you want to sell it, and if you have a mortgage on it and you have a crisis, probably you will not get the price that you bought even. So you have to be very careful where you're buying. This is what
Right.
I tell my clients also.
So, what is the takeaway that I'm thinking is from Manoj and Jay, that the reason people should buy property in a good place where amenity, it's properly, it is easy to
Maintain.
sell, because then that it
Correct.
will be beneficial on the point of view of investing or selling, or even if you're taking mortgage, you're very safe because you know that anytime you want, if there is a crisis, you can sell the property and you can pay off the mortgage.
Yes.
Right,
Yes.
Correct.
Manoj?
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah.
Okay.
property selection, where they're buying, it's a very important task which they have to do carefully. They cannot just go to buy any property, whichever is cheaper. They have to see which property is going to give them returns, because I have seen people who are using rental income to pay mortgage EMIs as well as maintenance, but still they are getting extra money in hand every month, and there are still people who are just using the rental income to pay EMIs and maintenance, but they're not getting anything in hand, like extra cash in hand. So it depends upon where they're buying. Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
that's
Yes.
very nice. So Jay, for talking about for example, now definitely the market is very lucrative and people are coming and buying. Now, what is your prediction about the next 5 years? Where do you see the real estate market for the investors in the next 5 years? And generally, when is the good time to buy or good time to sell? Like when all the property prices are high, is that a good time to buy? Or should we wait for the market to go down and I get a cheap property or the same property, lesser cost, whatever? So what is your suggestion on that?
That's a tricky question. See, what happened in 2019, nobody expected, right? So
Yeah.
5 years is a long term to predict, but in today's times, I mean. But looking at the all the factors that is governing the journey or the growth of the real estate in any city, Dubai looks very safe. You know, even Knight Frank has done a study recently on high-end properties, luxury properties, and Dubai
Right.
came first. Dubai came number one for that as a destination for millionaires to invest their money. So
Wow.
that says a lot, you know. So I feel the city will, as I said, it's a young city. There is a lot to grow. There are a lot of opportunities, and the government, the rulers, they have got a lot of ideas to take Dubai to the next level. There's something called Sustainability 2050. You know that? They want to make Dubai a zero emission city by 2050,
Wow.
which is unbelievable. They will do it. We know, being here in Dubai for so many years, they will do it. They will achieve it, which has
Yes.
got some stipulations like how much green area should be there, how much of renewable energy should be there.
Yeah.
So, as a city, this is definitely a safe place to invest. Don't panic when there is a correction. Correction is bound to happen. For example, apartments. Apartments, there could be a correction happening. We don't know because there are a lot of apartments which are, as I said earlier, not with a lot of amenities. So probably those areas people may feel that, oh, prices are going down. Why? That could be
Yeah.
there. But
Yeah.
as a whole, if you consider a city like Dubai, it has to grow. There is always opportunities for growth. The prices will only go up. It will come down as a correction, but as a straight line, over the years, next 5 years, it will be on an upward journey. Is what I feel. They could be like this, the
Uh,
correction, but the middle line will be straight going up.
Yes, Manoj, you were saying
And
something.
yeah, I just want to add one point regarding, like, let's say you said if someone is not able to pay the installments due to some financial issues. So there are some insurance available for that as well. Let's say if someone has lost his job, so those insurance they cover 3 to 6 months of EMIs. So it gives a time frame to the client so that he can get a new job back and start paying the installments again. So these kind of insurances are available in the market, but which the client can opt for as a precaution. Yeah.
Okay, okay, that's wonderful. So, Manoj, like what I asked Jay, so the mortgage interest rates. So, if you talk about the interest rates 5 years back, the interest rates now, and the interest rates next 5 years. So, do you think that there is a change? There is any up and down? Is it gradually increasing, or there is also a dip? How does it work? The interest rates?
So interest rates are changing on daily basis because it depend upon the EBOR, which is managed by UAE Central Bank, and
Yeah.
EBOR is actually pegged with US federal rate. So whenever there has been any changes by the US federal rate, automatically uh, the changes happens in UAE EBOR as well. So if let's say 4 or 5 years back the rate was approximately between 3 to 4%. So this was the range at which the mortgage rate was going on. So last year, in the beginning of last year, the rate was around 2.1%, 2.3%. This was the range. But after the Russia-Ukraine war, the U.S. federal rate has increased many times, and that's why the EBOR has also increased. Now the rates are between 4 to 5%. This is the range going on. But it will be corrected in the coming future. That's the assumption which everyone is thinking about. Yes, so we can think like we can assume that maybe in 1 year the rates will come down further, but still it's quite lower as compared to the rates as compared to anywhere in the world.
Just to add to that, I think there are a lot of recession scares in US. There is inflation, so they had to control and they increased the rate. So, if, for example, in UK last month, the inflation rated was 10.10%, which is humongous. That's why last month you can see most of the investments are from UK.
Yeah.
Similarly, in most of the European countries, the inflation is very high. US is very high. Compared to that, UAE is not. UAE is still controlled. So that's
Yeah.
why people feel safe to come here and park their money. I had a French client and I asked him why Dubai. So he said, I don't want to keep my money for the time being in Europe. I would rather keep here. So that is the sentiments all over the world about Dubai. It's a safe place, good to invest here, safe city. They dealt with pandemic kind of situation so professionally and so well. So there is a global now. The people are noticing all over the world. Yeah, this is a place where I can invest and be safe.
That's awesome.
Correct. Yeah.
So Jay, after listening to both of you, I'm really getting this feeling that if anybody is going on the journey of buying their house or buying their property wherever, I think it's so important to get in touch with the right people, to get in touch with the right real estate agent, to get in touch with the right mortgage person. Because I think if any one place they get a not so professional person, their whole journey can be there can be a hold or there will be a big milestone in between. So what I want to ask is, Jay, when people are choosing real estate agents, how can they understand or how can they know that yes, this is the right agent I should go for? Is there any criteria to filter that whom I should deal with?
That's a quick, difficult question. But in a nutshell, I can say that if the guy or the lady has got the knowledge about the market, knowledge about what's happening around the world, because it's all interconnected. We are in a global village. Interest rate increased in US, and we have got an interest rate increase here. The inflation is high in Europe. People are coming to Dubai to invest. So it's a global village. So if the person knows well about what's happening around, what's happening inside the city, probably that is the right person to. It's a very, very competitive business. People come thinking that, oh, real estate, it's good, you can make money, but it's not like that. It's very, very tough, and there's a huge competition. The number of people that come into the industry is insane. So person who's selecting the real estate agent should be really careful.
So I think the
Otherwise,
first criteria is like, they should see for how long the real estate agent is in the country, because
yeah,
obviously that will decide the agent or the company, because that will
yes,
decide on how much experience they are. So I think
yeah.
first thing is experience. Second thing will be like the company's brand. Does that affect the decision?
Yeah, it should. Because if you are looking at a small company which happened yesterday, opened
Yeah.
yesterday, then probably there. But at the same time, having said that, the owner of the company could be a senior guy. So it's very subjective. You cannot really, guide or judge anybody or any company. But overall, when you deal with the client, it is on emotions. This is about on emotions and trust. So if you don't
Yeah.
have the trust, and most of the time, I feel that when you speak to the agent, when you have interactions, you should be able to judge to an extent that can I trust this guy or not, or the
Yeah.
lady. That should
So I
happen
think
from within.
So I think when clients they come to you, what is your what kind of expectations do you see in clients? Like for example, if I will say consider myself as a client, and let's say if I'm going to buy properties, I will expect that the real estate agent should think more of me rather than him. He should try to make me money, and he should recommend me places where I will make more money. So I think this is one. So many clients come to you from different countries. Do you have some interesting stories or something, like what kind of expectations they come, like, do they want you to party with them? Do they want you to give you nice suggestions? Do they want you to take around all the whole city? What are the client expectations and how you deliver?
There are many, many stories. When you're in sales, it's fun because there's so many stories. One guy came and said that I would not buy one particular developer, and I would not buy off plan. And finally, after almost a month and a half, he bought from the same developer which he didn't want to buy, and he bought off plan. That's one of the story I always say. And
Okay.
second story was that I think I made even a reel on that. Like a
Yeah.
client was sitting and he was asking, so what are you selling? I said nothing. What do you mean nothing? Like I said, I cannot sell anything, unless I know what you are looking for, what's your appetite for risk, what are you using it for. How can I sell anything? I cannot sell anything. I can only suggest once I know what you want. So
Right.
yeah, this is how it works. So it's a complicated thing. So if you look at a little bit of psychology, there are right brain people and left brain people. So left brain people will be like numbers. So if I meet speak to a client and he's asking for numbers, tuck, 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 all these numbers, then I know that I have to be in that mode. But there are some other people who are very emotional and they want, how many bedrooms are there? Are they facing the seashore and things like that? That is more of a right brain people. So I have to add a little bit of emotion. Yes, there is a nice school next to it, and there is greenery, and so it all depends on how you can, by speaking to a client and understand these kind of nuances, then you can be a better salesperson.
Okay, so what are those five qualities in you which you feel are
Oh.
helping you as a real estate agent?
My God, that's too much. I know I'm not used to talking about myself, but yeah, probably experience being here for so many years is one thing. And second thing is, I always say that I like to see that happiness on people's faces when they find their dream home or they made money from the property. That's something which I like to see. So probably that empathetic approach is working well for me. I don't know. Maybe white hair, gray hair. People think that okay, this guy is a senior guy. Probably I can. I don't know. It just clicks. Yeah.
Great. So, Manoj, on the same thing, like when people are
Mhm.
going on a hunt of finding the right mortgage person, uh, what they should, how can they choose that I'm in the right place and my work will be handled properly, and how do you deliver those expectations to the clients?
It all depend upon the experience of the person who's handling the mortgage. I tell you, let's say some people they prefer to approach their own bank RM for the mortgage. Let's say self-employed clients, they their first preference is their RM, but the RM is not the correct guy for the mortgage because he handles all different products. So what he do, he just pass on the reference to someone in the mortgage team who can conclude for the client. But
Yeah.
that's not a right approach to take a mortgage because there's so many banks in the market and there's so many different products in the market. Maybe that particular bank or that particular option can be very costly for that client in the future, and that's why we have seen a lot of buyouts inquiries coming on daily basis. So let's say 1 or 2 year back, the clients who have taken variable rate because variable rate was less at that point of time, they are coming back again to us and they're saying that now we want fixed rate because the rates have variable rates has gone very high. They are paying around 6-7%, so they want to reduce the rates. So experience is a must in the mortgage broker with whom they are dealing. And because a mortgage broker understand where that client can easily get mortgage as per his policy. A salad for salad clients is easy. So if he's getting fixed salary in the account, so he can opt for any bank who is giving the better rate. But for self-employed, it's quite tricky because some self-employed clients they don't have audit reports. Some clients they have audit report, but the turnover is very low, and some companies are very complex. Some companies have very complex structure. Like example, the company in UAE is owned by a company in which is based in British Virgin Island. So these kind of complexities are there. So you should deal with the guy who has experience, who have taken care of clients of these kind of clients in the past, and then the job will be very easier or the experience will be very very nice while
That's nice.
taking the
So,
mortgage.
so same question what I asked Jay. What are the five qualities in you? What you feel is making you a good mortgage agent?
Uh, the five qualities like one is the knowledge about the products, about the policies, what is happening in the market. I'm always up to date uh, about what banks are offering and how the market is going, and like trust what I can give to my clients, and so my clients are coming back to me every time when they need any further requirements,
Yeah.
or the transparency which we gives, like we are sharing everything on our website, so client can see the actual rates. So these are the rates which are given by the banks or which the banks are promoting on their website, so they can see everything in one shot on our website. So there's a transparency which we are showing to the client. So these are the major qualities. I cannot count the numbers, but these are the major thing which I can tell.
But basically, at the end of the day, it's a relationship with the client that matters,
Relationship
right?
with the client,
Yeah, I
yes.
always say
Correct.
after concluding a deal that our journey starts now. Now, just so it's like that. Yeah, yeah.
That's very nice. So,
Hmm.
guys, now we are almost coming to the end of our session. So, I would now would like to come to the very important question which everybody has in mind. I want to know that from what range of client can buy properties in Dubai. So, if I talk to you, Jay, what is the minimum budget and what's the maximum budget that a person should keep for? So, let's to make it more specific, to keep budget for a two-bedroom apartment and a two-bedroom villa. So both, do you have? Can you give a ballpark figure that from minimum to maximum? What is the budget range that a person should keep in mind when they are planning to come to Dubai and explore? Because see, like Blackstone is a company, we are helping our clients set up their companies over here. So people from all over the world they come to us to set
Yes.
up businesses, And a lot of times, let's say, even if they don't have in their mind to buy a real estate, but when they come here, they see the lifestyle, they see the environment, the safety, and everything, and then they start planning to either buy properties and stay over here, bring their families, or do more and more investments over here and get more rental value or something else. So, and these clients I'm talking to you are from all ranges, so what is the range or the budget that you want to give a ballpark figure for these kind of clients?
I'll give you a simple example. In Dubai, you can have a dinner by spending even more than 100,000 dirhams. You go
Yeah.
to Karama, you can have a dinner for 10 dirhams.
Yes.
That's the kind of city Dubai is. So if you're looking at a two-bedroom, typically a two-bedroom and a two-bedroom townhouse, you can get as low as 800,000, 850,000 for a two-bedroom. Or even if you go to international city, it's even less, honestly.
Fair.
And it can go up, but that's an old community. But even can go up to, if you're looking at a townhouse, again, entry-level townhouse could be around 1.3 or even lower sometimes, in a community which is a little far. That's possible. But upper limits, there's no end to upper limit.
So 800,000 is in Indian rupees how much?
Less than a crore. Yeah, less
Like
than a
1.6, 1.6 or 1.7 crore.
crore. Yeah, less
Okay.
than 2 crores. Yeah.
Okay. So in this, they can come and get a two-bedroom villa or an
Yes.
apartment over here.
Apartment. Yeah, apartment.
Yeah, or an
Villa will be
apartment.
slightly more
Yeah. Okay. A little more. So
yeah,
this is the most minimum
entry
package
level.
where
Yeah,
entry level from where they can
yeah,
start.
yeah.
So I think Manoj, you will also agree to this, like.
Yeah, definitely. For buying this kind of property, they can easily apply for a mortgage, and we can help them get 60% of the of the property value. So
For
their
mortgage, is there
contribution,
any for mortgage, is there any range that if you buy property below this, we can't mortgage or something like that?
yeah, minimum at least the mortgage value should not be less than 350,000.
Okay. So that means
Yeah,
minimum 600 or
earlier
700.
500,000 is also fine. If it's a non-resident, then yes, around 600,000. But if it's a resident, 500,000 is fine.
Okay, that's
Will a
wonderful.
real estate agent get a mortgage?
Yes, they can get, yes, but not 80%. There are some restrictions, but yes, they can get.
Okay, that's very interesting. So, guys, it was so nice talking to you both. Like in 56 minutes, I didn't even realize that we have already crossed 56 minutes. So,
Yes.
finally, I would just like to ask, because in today's world, there are so many ways to communicate. There is Instagram, there is Facebook Messenger, there is your website, your WhatsApp, your call. So, how can our audience contact both of you? So first, I'll start with you, Jay. What is the most appropriate way that they can get in touch with you? And if here in the comments you can leave your email ID, and see on your right hand side you can see a place, post a comment.
Okay.
Um, and anyways, when we will share the in this video, we'll put your contact details. But what is the exactly right way to get in touch with you?
The easiest is definitely WhatsApp.
Right.
So that's easiest thing. Otherwise, Instagram. Instagram, I have a, page called Dubai Realtor J.
Okay.
It is picking up now, getting some traction, as
Yes,
Rupa
we
said
can see
earlier. Yeah,
that.
but otherwise, Instagram or WhatsApp, both are fine. Both are fine. I'm getting some inquiries to Instagram. Started picking up now. Yeah,
Okay,
it's
okay,
interesting.
that's very nice.
Yeah,
So otherwise, so WhatsApp and Instagram is what you suggest
yeah,
our audience to get in touch with you.
yeah.
That's awesome. And Manoj, what is the right way to get in touch with you?
By WhatsApp, or they can go to our website compareforbenefit.com. So we
Yeah.
have a live chat there, so they can even interact with our agents immediately, and or they can apply for any mortgage product from the website. Our agent is going to give them a call back, like within 4 or 5 hours, and then I will take over, or my team member will take over from there.
Okay, that's wonderful. That's beautiful, guys. Thank you so much for taking out time and to come here and share your experience and your valuable suggestions. Thank you so much. I am sure everybody who's watching this or who will be watching this will definitely get a lot of takeaways and insights of how they can invest in Dubai in real estate and how they can utilize mortgages in doing these investments. So thank you, Jay, and thank you, Manoj. We would like to see
Thank
you again.
you. Thank you,
Adarsh,
Rupa, for this
Thank you,
opportunity.
Rupa.
It was very nice talking to you. I left my
thank
Instagram handle and WhatsApp call in the chat.
Okay, thank you so
All
much.
right. Thanks.
So,
I also dropped my
yeah, you're dropping.
my WhatsApp and website address in the chat.
Superb. Thank you. So thank you, audience, for taking out time like every time and listening to us. Every time we will try to bring new topics that can help you. So this is Rupa, founder and CEO Blackstone Business Setup Services, and we are one-stop shop for all your business needs. So good evening. Have a nice weekend. Have a nice weekend, Jay. Have a nice weekend, Manoj.
Have
Bye
a nice
bye.
weekend to you too.
Same to
Bye.
you, Rupa. Bye bye.
Bye.